now let's say we're clicking, so you can always keep the details because this one is just for the record in case there is something wrong. You can always go back there, say, oh, this guy did something wrong. You're going to call him and say, what have you done? Now we click here, and now let's say we can try to edit.
For example, adding the indicator.
Okay, this is intersource, so now you can see normally here, I cannot change if you click there. Change your own intersource, you can only edit for intersource. There is a start date and end date because we are in the initial phase where we are planning activities for next year. But once we go in the monitoring, you won't see anything there because you will just configure the site, and on a monthly basis you will go back to your site and enter the value for the indicators.
Okay.
The site has been defined there. Click on this.
Is this
Okay. You can see it's in Governorate Erbil. Okay. It's based on a predefined list of sites, but you can change it. We will not save, but just to show you the way it's working. So Iraq. Now I can filter down to Governorate. So maybe I can just choose Erbil. Okay, so now within Erbil, those are the locations currently available to be reporting sites. Obviously, we haven't inserted the 1,000 villages in Erbil because then it would not make any sense. So the aggregation is basically either at the camp level, at the district level, or if you go down, at the governorate level, okay? So if you're doing something that is a bit specific in one district, instead of putting it at the governorate level, you may just say, no, this is in the district actually, in the district level, not in the governorate.
Okay.
So it's, obviously the more information you provide on this level, the better it will be in terms of coordination because then we will be able to find the gaps.
Okay.
If you have two different activities in the same governorate, or two different sites under the same activity in the same governorate, then you go to a level higher. I mean, you have two camps in Erbil.
Okay.
The system will not be able to register two camps because then the combinations could be. So then, okay, we know that it's at the Erbil governorate.
Okay.
Okay, and if you have different camps, the same activity, then you go to KRA. Now, if you want to make the specificity, I want to track every single activity in every single camp, you can do it, but then it will increase the level of work for the reporting. So actually it's up to each organization to decide what is the proper level for reporting in the site.
Okay.
Okay, so for instance, I could change the location for my previous reports, just select a new one and say new site, okay? But now I will not do it because actually I was happy with the site. I mean, that was based on your submission, unless you want to change it, and then you just change it there, right? But now I can just do cancel, okay? Now I go back to my previous form. The next step, indicators. So the migration we did so far, based on the Google form, was basically to feed that figure. Okay? Actually, it's one of the indicators. The other one is more like the performance indicator, the target for the performance indicator. And that's the kind of information that you really need to enter in the system because basically this will give you the plan for next year and all your monitoring information will be related to that target.
Okay.
So we should be able to then have an idea of the achievement level. Obviously your achievement level might not be always linked to your performance, it might be linked to the lack of funding, the lack of accessibility, but still it's important to have this consistency between the plan and the monitoring. Okay, so let's say now you could start adding information, then maybe we can just say, but like a one there just for the report.
100.
Oh, 100. Okay, it's done. Then you can see here the additional comments. And so in those comments, those are the description of the activities, as well as the measurements that you are thinking. So it's more normative information about the proposal, the proposed intervention for the sample, right?
Okay.
Now if you do save, and I want you to save so that we can see in the history that now you are taking ownership of your reports. So now I'll go back to the history. And I should refresh and it should work. So maybe it will come.
Here?
Yeah.
You should
Okay.
select the.
Go back there, just, yeah. 380.
Here it is.
Oh yeah,
No, it's-
there you go. Okay?
Yeah.
So data audit where the system is transparent. I can go to the records of Handicap International and I can see as well their records. So it's also for you now, let's say you can filter per site now. Click, yeah, just click here.
Yeah.
And so you can see now, those are the different organizations that in Erbil, you got Intersos and Kandir. So you can click on Intersos now. Let's go to the details. Okay. So that's 80,000 for Intersos. Now go to Kandir.
And 100 is counted, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, obviously the idea there is to have a common system together